much. And well, we are ready to start. Good morning, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this time. This session is about, hold on a moment. Okay, this session is about a scale agile framework, and we're gonna split in two sessions starting today at 10 a.m. in Mexico time, and we will finish tomorrow, okay, same time. We have a wonderful faculty today. He's an expert on this topic, and I'm very happy to say hi with to Gavin. Javin, well, you let me know if your name is correct. And well, he always have this hunger for learning. So please, I really appreciate you be here and to share with us all this. And he's preparing himself like to become a ninja coach. So please welcome Javin George, project manager of the biggest projects in Mexico. Thank you so much, Gavin. How are you?
Hi, Alondra. Very good morning. Thank you. Thank you for such a brief introduction. Thanks for introducing me. So, are we good to start the session? Or okay? So let me.
Yes, we can start the session. I'm going to be here waiting in the lobby, but just to let in more associates. Don't worry, we can
Oh,
start.
okay, perfect. So
Yes.
before we start the session, it's just like 5 minutes. What we can do is that just have a open-ended question, like any specific expectations or participants want to say something like what they're expecting out of this session or where they stand in terms of agile, what they want to go through. We will definitely go through, but I just want to know like where we stand in terms of our expectation.
So maybe, hi, good morning, Jebin. Expectations are, means from my side personally, there are two. One is how we can plan our daily project sprints more effectively. And second is this certification, safe certification we want to do after this training.
Great, thank you, Ankur. Anyone else? I'm just keeping this 5 minutes just for a quick chat, not to make it as a boring session. And I'm just trying, my laptop is having a bad mobile, bad camera, sorry. So I'm just trying to set up my camera from my mobile. So by the time I'm just giving that time to audience, like 3 more minutes for just interaction. Okay. Hi,
Yeah,
Jabin.
Jevin, good morning. This is Samrat. So, Jevin, I've worked previously as a release train engineer. Kind of a program manager, kind of a role with Agile framework. So, yeah, similar expectation like how this session will help us to improve and how it will help us to prepare for the next level certification.
Thank you. Thanks, Samrat. Hey, Alondra, I'm just trying to log in from my mobile. So can you just let me in? Because my camera from the laptop doesn't work well. So I was trying to use my cam from my mobile. Yeah, sorry, back to the audience. Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Jevin.
Am I audible?
Hi, Jevin. Good morning. This
Yes.
is Srimati. I just want to understand whether attending this training, are we eligible to take up the external certification, the Safe Agile certification?
Yeah, same question from my side also, especially with the safe agility.
So okay,
5.1 version.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let me just share the screen once again. So let's go what we have. Okay, I'm so sorry that we have the WhatsApp. Don't hate me for that. Just 1 second. Oops. Okay. Maybe I should stop for just 1 minute. Like, sorry. We'll go through all the topics, whatever's trying that we can have a backlog of the expectations, and then we can go. Okay, just 1 second. Let me just close all my tabs. Okay, perfect. Okay. Let me share my screen. Perfect. Okay. So basically, we all want to know like the certifications, right? Okay. How can we take the certifications? Okay. Okay.
And added to that question, Punish here. Will this 2 day session will be sufficient for us to take the certification?
No, okay, not exactly, because SAFe is one of the biggest frameworks. It is one of the beautiful frame. It is one of the best and beautiful framework. But along with that, it comes with so many elements. We cannot just get it done in a day or something. No, it will take at least 3 weeks to just get in touch with the framework, understand the elements, how it is structured, what kind of teams we follow, what is the value we're adding in terms of different solution levels, a team, portfolio, program, multiple levels of solution is there in SAFe. So it won't be enough just a day, but I can give you the overview. What is in the catching points for you, okay? Like to understand as a team member or as a practitioner. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
I think, okay, cool. Let's go. Okay, go
Hi,
ahead,
Jabin.
please.
Hi, Jabin. This is Mantesh here.
Mhm. Okay,
Hello,
go
Jabin.
on, I'm listening.
Yeah,
Yep,
Jabin, I
I'm
just wanted
listening.
to know, are you covering like how in a TCS you are going to apply the scale framework? Means, is there any small changes we are implementing and how it will be? Will that be covered or it will
Okay.
completely on the general?
Hi, Jabin. I have also one.
Hello, Jabin.
Hi,
Am I
Jabin.
audible? Hello, one query. Hello,
Yes,
am I
Supriya, please go
audible?
ahead. I can hear you. Yes, Supriya.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to know, like, there are some projects which are not completely agile. So how we can put into the safe, like how we can implement safe, like how we can practice safe into such projects because which are not completely agile, which still follow a mixture of uh, agile and waterfall.
Okay, got it. Okay. So are you able to see me on the mobile video? Just confirm it so that you can see me.
Yeah,
No,
we're able to
Screen
see.
is visible, but not able to see your video.
We can see your screen,
Yes,
Jimmy,
we can.
not you.
Yes, we can see you.
Perfect. Yeah, it's just that I don't want to have a no face with the name. Okay, good. So I think we have a
hi,
pretty
Jabin.
much good expectation. Yeah,
Hi,
I
Jabin.
think we
Yeah,
we
just
are off. We can pause after 30 minutes to take some more questions. So
yeah, just a
let's
small
discuss
question.
what.
Just a small,
Okay. Yes.
Jabin.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Sure.
won't
Sure.
take much of your
Please.
time. Yeah. Okay. The Safe Agilist version 5.1 certification, is it necessary for a Scrum Master, or beyond that we also need to appear for Safe Certified Scrum Master for a person who is moving to a safe environment role?
Okay,
And
so the recommendation like Safe Scrum Master is really good, but anyone who is starting with Safe, I would say leading Agile, okay, is a beginner or a good course to start to prepare yourself for the Safe certification. So the title what you get is Safe Agilist, okay. So I would say start with Safe Agilist because you understand the big picture. What is in for me safe, okay? What is in for the client? What is in for the team? You understand a bit of the complete framework, and then you go and prepare yourself as a safe specified scrum master. Okay.
okay, and another question, is PSM 1 or PSM 2 mandatory for before appearing for Safe Agilist?
Not exactly, no. I mean, that could be your project requirement because you know what happens in TCS, like we do get a lot of participants, so there will be some filtration process based on your how do you say uh, internal filtering, something like that. Okay, we can say
Yeah,
that.
right.
Perfect. So let's go over. So let's talk in general about Agile. You know, I know like we all have been victims of Agile and we hate so many things. And I don't want to really bore into this framework. But the problem here is that SAFe is a big framework, okay? But at the same time, I do love SAFe. So before we start with SAFe and all, let's understand the basic thing about like the. I don't know why this particular animation is not being played, but let me see 1 second. maybe let me start with here. 1 second.
Hi, Jabin. I hope I'm audible.
Yes. You're audible. Yes.
Jabin, just one question. Like apart from this session, will you share some content material for the Safe Agile certification exam?
Sure. I would. Don't worry. I would share. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. So yeah, I don't want any questions as of now. Don't hate me because let's stick with our timer. Okay, let's go ahead for 25 minutes, and then we will pause for like.
Devin, you can be a little loud, please.
Okay, sure. So, am I audible now, or do you want me to increase my volume more little bit? Is it okay? I think it's okay.
It's okay.
It is okay, Jubin. Can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you. So, it's a common factor like in TCS, and if we go through LinkedIn, Agile, everywhere people are talking about Agile, and leaders also come and say that, hey, let's go Agile, even what a new proposal comes, okay, we immediately pitch, what is the new thing that TCS is doing differently, or what is our project is going to do differently? Oh, our team is completely Agile, etc., etc. And many of them, it's the absolute truth what we have at the ground level. A lot of people, they say, oh my god, oh, he's a scrum master, what does he do? He just asks like, okay, in the daily stand-up meeting we have 3 questions: what did I do yesterday, what is my plan for today, do I have any roadblocks? It's kind of a fun, people explain scrum and agile in that way, but it's a lot beyond that. We have to understand why this was being introduced, or what is the background, or why we trying to coin this particular term as agile, or let's be more flexible. So there are so many things associated with it. It's not like just a random thing the teams are saying that, oh, it's nothing but we just attend some daily stand-up meeting and agile coach comes and explains some stuff, but it is nothing. That's the background. Okay, people do say that that is the background. Okay, so let's understand it. So this is particularly more than the process and all. We should understand that it's a cultural and mindset, more of a trying to create a healthy work culture for all of us. Like, how can we work collaboratively? In the past, there was a big plan we used to make. Let's say BMW want to design a new prototype car or something. They would plan it for 2 years. They will talk to the requirements designers. They will bring all together all the guys. They make like 200 300 pages of documentation. Then they go to the second phase of blueprinting, how the car would look, what would be the color, what are the features, etc., etc., etc. Now this blueprinting is done, then it goes to the development team. And what happens in the development team? Oh my god, communication gap. This is being done by, obviously the car is going to be built by someone else, or the other team, they're going to subcontract it. There are many challenges there. We planned it for 6 months, the parts are not available, etc., etc. Or the blueprinting phase to the design, to the development phase, it was just like we got only 60% because it was like 300 or 1000 pages of documentation about the blueprinting. Obviously we will miss it. Okay, now what happens by the time this car gets completed in 2 years, the original prototype and the final product, oh my god, it's like I planned something and something else is happening. Okay, and by the time, the market conditions also change. Maybe Tata has bought the electric cars and it's working pretty well, and BMW still with the old technology. I'm just not blaming BMW. BMW, this is just an example. Obviously, they are head. They are also a head of good technology, just like JLR. Okay, it's just an example. So a lot of conditions they do change. So the whole point is that why can't we plan short? We involve the users who are going to use this product. Let them start with some functions. They give us feedback, we improve it, and we get ready for the market. Early feedback, early to market. These are some of the concepts that we want to coin in. And the second thing, competition. Like someone is like putting a gun on your head and saying, hey, I want these 5 tasks to be completed within just 1 week. Obviously, the team doesn't have the bandwidth. So how we create a healthy atmosphere? How we rift or remove the competition between the associates in the same team, etc. So you have to bring the one team concept where you are working for one goal, one increment, stay together and give respect to each other, move on. So that's the kind of mindset what we're trying to create here. So agile, maybe people laugh, oh, agile, no, I mean, it's just a bluff word, but no, just understand the spirit of it, that we are trying to create a healthy work environment for all of us. Definitely, we all are busy, we all are loaded with work and all. Just to give an example, like in waterfall project, what happens? It's just like a relay race, let's say 5 people are in a relay race, and the velocity of each phase or each person depends on the completion of the race. Let's say someone, the third person was super slow, and it costed the whole project and whole team. The whole race was lost because of the third person, because he was not able to keep up the same velocity of other team members. Similarly, how in these phases the focus is being lost? Just by giving this example, just let's take an example of this basic. I know you all have seen this picture a lot, but the idea is that the end product was something the customer was expecting, this cushioned chair with a good swing. And what we try to do is, there's a tree, we did something and we fixed it into the production, and now a tire with the rock. That's it. This is the end product. And customer says that, oh my God, there's a huge difference between what was expected and what came out. So we don't want to have that much, loss of time, loss of money for the customer. So how can we be flexible? So the simple question is that what we were doing in the past, we were planning a lot, we were investing a lot of time, we were planning for 2 years. Now the question is like the phase one design, development, some of the phases delayed, the whole project is again delayed by the time the market condition change. But what happens in Agile? We are trying to just plan short, be early to the market, produce something early to the market. Let's understand, get the feedback, go back again, fix it, come back. So it's like we learn and adapt, inspect and adapt. We learn something and we fix it, we develop it, we design it, we go ahead. So that's the kind of flexibility what we want to give it to the our projects, accounts, and customers, that we add value, and for sure we can add some value, not being lost in terms of time and money after 2 years or 3 years. So how we see agile, it's more of like a rugby. We are working together, our goal is just to win, that's it. So you have to be a winning team. So definitely there's a spirit of agile comes in. Let's make smaller teams, go for short increments, have an iterative approach, fail faster, learn, improve, we go. Okay. Now I know again a lot of philosophies, but this is a mindset. You should understand that why we are, or why we request for this particular agile mindset. Okay. Most importantly, any agile project or etc., the healthy team culture, we should have a good team culture. We should have a good competency development, like cross skill development, how we can collaborate with each other, not being dependent on one person, or one person is being loaded all the time. No. So that's the reason a lot of teams, in my experience, they do come with so many good practices, like rotational practices. Someone is owning something and they just play the role of a uh, designer, developer, tester. They rotate their skills just to be in the team, to make it more collaborative and make it more cross-functional. At the end, how we are adding the business value. So um, I think this, if you really think of something, we can definitely add some business value, okay, to every project. It's not like there is no space for improvements. That's not true. The only thing is that, are you getting enough time to think, or foster your thinking, or come up, brainstorm with your team members, or come up with some opportunity improvements? You're not getting space, then definitely you cannot add any business value, because you are just tied up with your BAU. So I can't blame any of the team members not coming with opportunities, or the projects not coming with opportunity improvements. Now, obviously, there will be the unknown, the critical challenges, or the dependency with the infrastructure teams in terms of technology challenges, that I would say. So this is just like something just want to tell you, like one of the greatest leaders, Jack Welch, he was saying that internally, like the organization, if it is not changing internally as per the velocity of the outside, definitely as an organization internally, we are going down, we are not prospering, we are not growing. Okay. So definitely we need to have a good culture, good talent, and add business value increment. This mindset should come for everyone who is working for any project or organization. Now, I'm just quickly going ahead. Okay. Let's cover more about SAFe. Let me show you the SAFe big picture so that you will get an understanding. So, um, lot of things, a lot of people, they learn about or hear about lean, learn, it's fast, fun, incremental, etc. It's pragmatic, iterative. So these are some of the attributes that we come and feel when we are working in a lean project. So what is a lean project? Just talk to your team members and understand, like draw the line in terms of your cycle time for what you're doing. Can you save some time anywhere? Can you help a team member, or can you help the team improve the productivity? Where is our waste? You have to start thinking. If we are not start if we are not having an approach to start thinking, then definitely we are going to lose it. Okay, so let's prepare ourselves. Now a lot of people, they do come say, hey, in my training, or even I have gone to many trainings and I have asked my coaches, like, there are so many frameworks, please, can you tell us which framework we should suggest to our customer? Oh, no, that's a bad question. There is no such agile framework or scale framework which we directly say to the customer that this is a perfect fit for you. Know, it's always a blend of understanding the customer, understanding the different teams, where they stand, what are the challenges they are facing as of now. If we bring in the agile spirit, maybe implement some of the practices from, say, for DAD or Spotify, if the culture is going to change or not, is it going to add any value or not, will it improve my productivity by 30%, will it improve my efficiency by this much, X percentage or Y percentage? If I'm not seeing that factor, then there is no that point to implement any of the frameworks. And there is, as we say, there is no one framework. We have to discover it. So that's the reason the coaches or the consultants, they first go to the client and teams and they do an initial assessment. They run discovery assessments or workshops, like to understand where the team stands, how they are feeling about it. uh, I mean, where they want to go. Do they understand the vision or not? Where the organization wants to move? Do they have what is the problem? They understand everything through this discovery assessment, and then they come with the right agile model or the practice implementation for your customer. But all these frameworks, what we see, it is beyond Scrum, it is beyond XP, or it is beyond Kanban, because we are talking about large teams and large organization. Like large teams at least 250 plus, because Scrum is something, a small team of 2 to up to 11 members, they can play a good role, be in a small team. But what happens if there are 200 people? How we run agile such kind of projects, how we structure it, what would be the way of our increments, how we will integrate it when multiple teams are working together. So that's where the scaled agile comes in picture. And definitely we cannot implement a scaled agile framework to any customer definitely just by one question that, oh my god, the customer has decided that we will implement the SAFe. No, prepare your team, like basic agile mindset, agile practices. Let them do the frameworks they practice internally in small teams, and then we try to scale it. We run pilots, we make a release train. So the release train concepts and all, we will hear about it. But some of the frameworks which exist in the market, maybe you all can take a note. It's not bad to just read it for 5 minutes every day. Like, be a lifelong learner. Okay, that's one of the good things. Even I follow. Okay, today before this session also, SAFe 5, this presentation is more of a SAFe 5, but SAFe 5.1, they are updating it. The new thoughts from the leadership comes, or they are updating it based on the technology trends or the process trends or the framework trends. Okay, so read about all these frameworks. There is no harm. Spotify. So Spotify, definitely we all know that it's a Spotify application. We listen music, all kinds of everything, we get it. More of a cloud service, pay per service, user subscription, etc. So Spotify was the first one to introduce a Spotify engineering culture. It's like, let's say multiple users are using this application across multiple geographies. So how frequently or how fast they can release the increments or their addition of the contents, etc. So they developed a culture. We call it as engineering, the Spotify engineering culture, which was being adopted by Netflix and many other. Google also followed Spotify culture for some time. Some of the banking clients. As of now, I'm in a banking client, and they also use the Spotify culture, how they make squads, and the product owners are working with these squads, and multiple squads are working for a tribe, and the tribe moves a fleet. So it's kind of a different structure, but it's a good engineering culture to observe like how the teams are structured, and are they really seeking any value out of it or benefit out of it, etc. Large scale scrum is another such scale frame. Next is a like scaling scrum. It's another type of framework. Okay, now let's just see what is safe. Okay, so we all were waiting. Now the latest one is safe 5.1, but there is not much difference between 5.0 and 5.1. Just I did not update it because I don't want to confuse it with so many latest trends. Let's go through the basic overview. Okay, let's just check the time. Okay, so we are good. We have 10 more minutes, so we are good. Okay, perfect. So I mean, so many leaders like this content is pretty much standard from safe. I know like this looks pretty much boring in terms of your presentations. Every person comes and all, right? Okay. Thank you, whoever has requested it. It's good. So what we are trying to say is that the large scale software delivery that has been like it has been changed in last few years. We see in the COVID also like how cloud and infrastructure that has really supported the IT companies to run through, because people have moved from the offline businesses to online businesses a lot during the COVID, when there was a problem that we cannot travel, we cannot be physically present, etc., etc. So mastering large scale software delivery is like, are you with the ongoing technology trends or not? Okay, and are we ready to be that faster or not? So that all depends on how the organization is running, what kind of strategy they have, etc. Okay, so again, sorry. So I mean, let me not bore you with this, but what we are trying to show is that the technology revolution, how we, or the industrial revolution from the age of software, how we came across from 1793 to 2000, like what's in for us and what is going happening there. Let's move fast because of the time. I will just try to. Now I already explained you about like how fast we can be in the market, like good companies like who are putting their lot of efforts in value improvements, how they can add value to the customer, like Tesla. Most of the time they spend in R&D and software developers, like how to make the products more intelligent, how to generate insights out of your client and business, how to introduce the omni-channel sales, like let's say you can buy a product or anything from across any portal or etc. Okay, I think I opened my video and my computer video is not great. Okay, sorry, let me just go. Okay, competing in the age of software, again it's some kind of like the problem is okay, so the big companies, like let's take an example, big energy companies, okay, what or the government companies, I mean not government companies but the government institutions, why they are running late? Because they are yet to adapt to the latest software trends, technology frameworks. The transformation is missing. The transformation is missing. Okay, there is a lot to talk about transformation, but let me just explain you the problem here is that they are stagnant or just got saturated. But it's the time to move to the new age software revolution. More cloud, more intelligent, more automation. Make your processes and teams flexible with more agile practice implementations. Enable the business agility and technical agility for your teams. So that is what we need to do. And if that is missing in your organization, then definitely you are going to be off place, just like the story of Nokia. Very good with the hardware, but they were not able to thrive in the software market. The operating system what Nokia has launched multiple times, operating Windows, Amigo operating system, all got failed. The market was accepting Android, and Nokia should have moved to the Android operating system, but by the time they realized it, they were out of the game. So that's what happens. To be in the game, you have to stay in the game and watch the market, watch the users, take the feedback, transform and say how your users want you. So for that, your organization has to be flexible in terms of your technology and softwares, etc., etc. This is something a lot of big companies are doing, banking clients and all. They talk about like establishing a digital twin. How can we focus more on the customer and all? But I mean, I know this is kind of so much theory, but definitely this is what you will get in the safe class also, because you cannot intake a safe framework or understand this big framework or robust framework just by going or seeing the big picture. So let's understand some few of the parts. Like, it is more focused on customer centricity, the structure, like from a hierarchical to collaborative mode of customer centricity, keeping customer insights in focus. Now, the second one, I think it would be like how your organization thinks about creating a dual digital twin. Okay, let's say my front end system or the original business is going in a perfect world. I don't want to disrupt it, but at the same time, the customers can invest in creating a digital twin, exact replica with good systems, good infrastructure, and slowly shifting towards. Okay.
Jabin, are you sharing any presentation over your
Yeah.
screen? Mm,
Yes. Yes.
I can't see that. I don't know about other participants, but
Yeah, we are able to.
So we can see that.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
can see
able to
that
see
very
that
well.
portion of the screen is getting, I mean,
We can able to see it,
hidden.
right? Corner of the portion alone, not able to see.
Yes, yes. The top right corner of the screen is not visible.
Okay. Now.
I think it is due to bandwidth. Yeah, now it is visible.
Now better.
I don't know
Fine.
why it is
Now.
not visible to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see your video when you were there on the video on the top. I could see you, but not the percentage.
Okay.
The
No problem.
presentation. Yeah,
Maybe you can rejoin. Okay. Alondra or someone
yeah.
would let you in. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. So we do have 4 minutes. Don't worry. Good. So value stream is nothing but, again, what we are trying to explain it to the users or the stakeholders or the teams or the customers. Like, we have to plan something based on what value it is going to add. Okay. Let us only use our time and budget where it adds most of the value. So there's a concept, like in terms of, we will see the later, value stream mapping. Okay. With the big stakeholders and executives and the leaders, they do come and they go through a workshop identifying where they want to invest. Classic example is PepsiCo, or the companies, like any companies. Okay. So PepsiCo, they have like more than 1,000 or 2,000 plus product portfolio. Now they want to really understand that which of the products they want to discontinue from the market, which products they want to continue with R&D, which product, which is a new product line they just introduced it, and are they going to continue with the same investment or not. So that time, the value stream mapping identifies like where to invest and where to focus. Based on the value stream mapping, there is a group of people, we call it as lean portfolio management, the group of people who would decide where the company should go ahead or where should invest, and etc. They would have some filtering mechanism. Basically, it's a Kanban way of filtering, but again, they are splitting it based on the value what it adds. Now, in terms of safe, they again split this value stream into two types of value stream, like the development value stream and operational value stream. So operational value streams are nothing but who deals with the end customers. Let's say you go to a hospital, you see someone is sitting over there, the receptionist, so she's the endpoint who is talking to you. So she's a operational activity, but she might be using an interface, which is an auxiliary thing. It is helping to log in the details of the patient, or whatever appointment she's trying to take with the doctor. So that interface or that auxiliary thing is basically the development value stream. So that's how how we can point development value stream and operational value stream together and add value. That's what we will be seeing in terms of implementing the safe framework also. They have to go hand in hand, because there will be so many things the development stream might be challenging facing, and the operational value stream also will be thinking, oh, I guess if sometimes my computer or servers are down, why can't I use a mobile? So why can't this interface be more responsive? Okay, now this is something as an opportunity improvement, and we can pass it to the development team to work something on it, so that it creates a value to the end user. Now, this is the big picture what we all were waiting. Okay, I know this is kind of uh, really big. It looks, I mean, for me also, when I saw it for the first time, it was pretty much complex. Okay, so the important things what we have to understand is that there are 6 competencies or the functions, what we call it as, in terms of, along with the business agility, 7 functions or core competencies of the safe framework. Have a continuous learning culture, have a technical agility and team agility. So it basically talks about how we are practicing Scrum at small level. Technical agility, like if the team is how they're exploring it, how their architecture is set up. I mean, in terms of more of a technology related stuff. Agile product delivery, they are trying to say, okay, are we doing or delivering our products in shorter increments or incrementals or not? Like, how frequently are we delivering the change to the customer? Enterprise solution delivery is something we are talking about a big solution. Let's say we are coming up with a new loan application for a banking client. Okay. Let me just take for one more minute. Lean portfolio management. I already told you this is like a very big, healthy organization. They are practicing Scrum or Safe for almost for few years. Now they introduce this particular team. We call it as what we say, lean portfolio management group of people. Organizational agility is nothing but, I think someone else is nodding it or what, I don't know, but once again. Okay. So organizational agility, how we are agile or how we are enabling agility to the whole organization. Okay. Now, the big difference what we see here is that 3 solution levels you can see as of now. One is essential. This is the minimum safe implementation solution level. This is when we are talking about little bit more kind of multi solutions. Okay, multiple portfolios are being, not portfolios, but multiple divisions of solutions or teams are involved. We can say large solution, and this is like full safe when we go and operate safe at a portfolio level. So how many levels are we seeing? There is something I call, like in this particular, this is nothing but we are practicing agile at the team level. Okay. This one. So this is, we are practicing at how do you say, agile at a small level. Okay. Let me take a pause. We will go through the roles like agile team, business owner, ST, epic, and the important thing is we have to talk about capability, epics, and features. Okay. We will go about it, and this is something. This is the heart of this particular safe framework, PI planning. Okay. Mm, program increment, definitely. Yeah. Solution train, agile release train, how the team structured. Okay. What is strategic theme? Okay. We'll go through it. So let me take a pause.
I don't listen very well.
Not able to hear anything.
Okay, okay. Thanks so much.
Let's do something. Let's take a small survey. Okay. For now, let's just, okay. Okay. Let's just take the first 4 questions. Okay. You can go to Mentimeter. just put this code. Let me just put it in the chat also. And let's see how we are feeling today. Okay, just 1 second. Yeah, second. I think we have more than 100. Oh my God, close to 200 participants are there. So why can't we just particular small survey just to, play a little? I just don't want to go to the theory. Yeah. So for now, just respond to the first slide only, okay? Don't go and answer everything. So I just got that there is only one beginner among, 3 beginners in 200
Link has
participants.
been
Okay.
shared in the chat.
Yeah, not able to see the link.
Let me just share
I'm
it.
gonna
One
put
second.
the link in the chat. That makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, please share the link.
Sure. Let me go to WebEx. As of now, I feel like a ninja playing with so many tools here. So let me go to the chat. Cool. Okay.
Yes, please. Thanks.
Also, could you please post the code?
Let's take 1 more minute, okay? Because let's respect our time also.
See the slide that you see, I don't see the option to answer.
Anyone else facing the same problem? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
what you can do is that
yes,
We
same
don't see
here.
the option to enter the code. Same here, yeah.
I guess you
You
should.
have to go to the main link
Even I'm
before
also
you can
facing,
Darren,
we are
enter
facing
when
same.
you
enter.
We
enter
don't have
link,
an
it
option
is
to
not
enter the code.
asking the code.
Going by the link, you do not need the code. You just click on which option you want, which
Exactly.
option
Don't copy, click on the
applies
link.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, only mentimeter.com and then the code. I think it should get you through. Yeah.
Jabin, will you be sharing this presentation after this session?
Sure, definitely. Whoever it is, I'm not able to see who was it, but definitely it's a pretty much standard content from Scaled Agile framework. Okay.
Sure. Thanks. It's Samrat.
I think we just wanted to understand that how many people are getting along with this session. Okay, so I could see like it's a mix of beginner and practitioner level. So far I think we are good. I know like a lot of agile things we are more of like based on theory and all, but definitely maybe tomorrow or today we can go through the most important thing, PI planning. Okay, let me just wait for this to load. Okay, so that is something which would be interesting to know what happens in a program increment planning and how people are like how the release train engineer works, or the what does the client do, or who handles what. We can go through this template. Okay, just 1 second. Yeah, so what happens in 2 days of the PI planning? And most of the time, I mean, I just want to give you a glimpse of it, not to make it so boring for you all. Okay, so I think we got enough. So we are like a lot of people are in the beginner and practitioner level. Good. So
It looks like we only 80 up to 89.
yeah, I mean, if I would wait, then the whole session would just go for it. So the most important thing is that how are we respecting our time also? So maybe people are facing some challenges or something. So it's okay. At least those who voted or responded, thank you so much. Okay, it just was a little bit to make it interactive. Okay, so let's move. Okay, so I think this is okay. We can understand this also to understand your perspective so far. Okay, so why can't we respond this? I mean, just use 1 word or 2 words at maximum, not more than one response. Okay, we will close it in 1 minute just to see like how people are thinking it differently, or what is the challenge, what we are facing, why, what could be the reason. Don't worry, no one is going to judge, and I don't know anyone personally, okay? Outdated, team is agile, not aware, cultural change is definitely needed in terms of an organization like ours, definitely slow deployment, okay? It's agile, unaware, okay? So many trainings are happening, okay? Not open to change, that's a good one, yes. Customer not driving it, I accept it, okay? Follow textbook, definitely, okay? Company bureaucracy, okay? Yeah, maybe for 15 seconds more, and then I think we can just close it. I don't want to make this completely like full of this thing. I think, but cloud, I think it's okay. Yeah, we can stop here, okay? I think let's wait for people to reach 70. I think we are good. Okay, fine. So thank you all whoever has shared. So this one, I want to understand, like whoever has written company bureaucracy, what exactly are you trying to say here?
Hi, this is Claudia. I wrote that one. Where I work, the company has several project management systems that every team needs to adhere to, and it sort of clashes with the agile frameworks in which the development teams are working on.
Good.
So
Good. Okay.
that is why.
Good point. Good point. I also have a good take on that. We will come to that point. I would like to talk about it. Legacy model, hybrid methodology, not accepting by customer. Okay. Mindset change. Okay. Trainees. Okay. So trainees. What do you mean by that? I mean, just trying to understand. Not going to judge anyone because definitely we all have to learn from each other what we think. Okay. Someone has written trainees. Yeah.
Well, I put in chat. I should have put it. This is Adam. I should have put in anti patterns. I did put in bad training. I don't know. I just joined the project a week ago, and yeah, their process of writing stories and acceptance criteria is quite possibly the worst that I've seen in the last 8 years of working agile. It's really, really bad.
Okay, cool.
And I think it's because of the way they were trained. We're going to have to slowly, as we proceed, we're going to have to slowly get them out of these very bad anti-patterns.
Perfect. I'm not able to see your name. Could you please just tell me your name? It's really a very awesome point.
Yeah, it's challenging. This is Adam Alsop.
Adam. Someone is on unmute. Please put yourself on mute. So thanks, Adam, for bringing it up. This is the problem. Okay, we are following the ditto thing from last 8 years or 10 years and running the same wheel or greasing the same oil. Okay, we are not ready for a change, and no one is there to even tell them also, okay, that is something we need to improve it as a team, or right mentors, right trainings, right onboardings, etc. Claudia brought a point, company bureaucracy. So I think that's a very important point. A lot of things just come without any notice. Okay, I know we are agile, I respect that, but so many things just come on top of my head, and I'm being in this middle of the sprint, and my client wants something. I'm already working in this sprint, and my company, like the employee for my employer, that also wants something to do some trainings and courses and all. So definitely that's a point from an organizational level to think. If we have 8 hours of work, 1 hour we should just keep it for the buffer for our internal organizational related things, and 7 hours for the customer thing. So something we need to clock it 80-20. Okay, 80% for the customer and 20% for internal unplanned activities that comes in our hand. And definitely the project managers, they push it like in terms of our how do you say, you have to do this, you have to take this survey 100%, you have to do it, mandate it. It's like you order it. It's really a bad way of working, or completely anti-agile pattern, whatever Adam was explaining it. We should not enforce it. It should be in a respectful way. That is what we want to take our organization. I know this is a big change, but we can start at small, start with small changes and small practice implementations. Talk to your team, have a healthy culture first in your team. Then take your leader also in your same chair with you. So that's how we can evolve. If you have a good agile coach, talk to them openly. There is no one is going to judge, no one is going to remove you from the project or accept. No. We have to slowly decap this particular bad way of working. Okay. Customer is not ready, definitely, because obviously the customer's budget or something that we are seeing a challenge over there. Now, the only thing what we can do is that we take some pilot teams, we drive it as an invest from TCS, bring a coach, bring a consultant who could assess your project, like in terms of Adam, when he joined this project, maybe he's new to TCS or how long he's with TCS, I don't know. He immediately understood the team's way of story making, or they are putting the story in a different format. It's not seeing the value. You can probably script it like, okay, we develop this interface, but what type of value, for whom it is serving the purpose, why it is being written. So it has a good format where we understand what kind of story or feature we are trying to build. So those kind of things we have to bring in, and the consultants or the people, or bring in coaches or senior consultants who could understand your project. They talk to the teams, they create a healthy culture for you. And let TCS also do some investment. There is nothing to lose. When the customer is seeing some value incrementally, they see how your time to market or your efficiency or your operational activity improvement, some kind of lead improvements we have, or in terms of your value stream mapping is a good exercise. You can just bring in some enterprise coaches. They could do a value stream mapping workshop for you, understand the cycle times, what kind of process are you doing, where is our wastage, they understand this waste, can we eliminate this, can we introduce a tool to eliminate this manual activities, and all those kind of things come into the discussion. And that is our discovery, or that is our, how do you say, path to the customer's agile journey. It's not easy, but we can start with small. Mindset is very important. Let's put all our traditional project managers or how they come into the bureaucracy, because the leadership also have that much of pressure. They have to drive the revenue. They come in like, at times the profit margin is not being met, put introduce your trainees, whatever, etc., etc., etc. So many things. I know we are talking more about agile than safe, because I don't want to go completely into safe. We have tomorrow also. So don't worry. We will definitely understand the big picture of safe before this training. But these are some of the things we have to take it back, not just to sleep. Okay. We have to take it to the team, what you understand, and start creating a healthy work culture without any competition. So at least if you would do that, it would be something really a, how do you say, great thing. Okay. Fine. It was good to get all these things, but I would definitely give 3 more minutes for the audience to say something. Like Adam has a good point. If anyone want to comment, say something, it would be definitely good. We can discuss over it. Others can say their, views. 3 minutes back to the audience, and then we have a 15-minute session before our next pause. Okay.
Hi, Jamin Avtar here. I'm audible, right?
Yes, Avatar, you're audible.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, as Adam was saying, that the way the story was written and the acceptance criteria was mentioned, it was not in the correct standard or acceptable standard. So, do we have any such kind of standard which we need to keep in mind while creating a story or writing an acceptance criteria?
Definitely. I mean, that's why we do have frameworks. What framework are we following? Scrum, or what are we following? A Kanban? Are we following a? Let me show you some example. Okay, let me show you if I have it. Okay. I can show you something. 1 second. Oh, sorry. 1 second.
Yeah, the reason why I asked this because in a current project, so we try to create a stories and try to give the maximum information to the client so that any layman can understand what exactly team is doing if he goes to the story. So we are trying to improve the quality of it, but I need to understand if they have any proper formats or a thing which we need to follow to make it more efficiently write the stories.
Sure, Avatar. Definitely, we do have formats. It's not like we have to blindly follow it, but definitely we need to add some structure around it so that it clearly explains that as a product owner or as a stakeholder, what I'm expecting, why I'm expecting, and what will it do. So those are the things the story should capture. Okay, basic. It's just a basic understanding. You cannot simply just put that, okay, need a login interface, but what that login interface, why we need this login interface, does your story explain that? So that is what we need to have a good practice within the team, so that the team will the agile team would spend, I mean, share some thoughts around it, and they write a good story in the required format. I stopped sharing because I was trying to get a format just to show you, okay?
Sure.
Because
Hi, Zabit. This is Pratik. I have one question.
sure.
Yeah. My question is the number of ceremonies which are followed in Scrum. So are they also applicable during the SAFe framework, starting with sprint planning, etc., release Scrum, sprint planning, sprint review, retrospective?
No.
Because what I see, yeah, just part of the question. Because what I see in my current project, they follow a SAFe framework, but there is no sprint review. Okay, they only follow the dailies. I mean, a 2 week sprint, a daily scrums for 15 minutes, no sprint review and a sprint retro. Uh, and there is one backlog grooming meeting, which they term it as product backlog refinement meeting, and then the PI planning. So, so what else are we missing in the SAFe framework? This is question one. And question two is, it was mentioned in the beginning of this call that in SAFe framework, the number of the team size is supposed to be a bit more, right? Because in Scrum, it should be 10 or fewer. So a Scrum Master should be handling a team of how many developers? If developers, in fact, the word developers is still applicable for SAFe framework. So how much is the maximum team size we can have? That is.
Okay, cool. So definitely the Scrum
Yeah.
practices we can follow. Okay. I think the problem is that I have took this session based on my, I mean, using my laptop, and that's kind of not responding when I'm trying to open my folder. It's okay. Just one second. I'm still just very sorry. Let me just take one more minute. Okay. I actually took it yesterday and I kept it handy, but yeah. Okay, but at least okay. Let's go to the, by the time we will come to the story format, I would try to keep it ready for tomorrow. We do have definitely good story practices. Even SAFe also suggests something like how you put a vision statement, what is acceptance criteria, what is the format of the acceptance criteria. It is something the team develops it together, or the stakeholders and teams, everyone develop it together. There should be acceptance criteria or definition of done by the team itself, because when we are in a meeting, what kind of protocol you follow, or when this particular feature is completed, what is the end user benefit, or what, how we can validate it, not exactly validate it, but how it coins around the value what you have developed. So that is your acceptance criteria. Okay, so you have to have some protocols what it is meeting, the feature completion, how you state it that it is completed. Okay, I'm very sorry that I could have shown you some example, but somehow I'm not able to open any of the folders. I don't know why it's like that. Okay, so maybe let's go to this SAFe framework. Let me share my screen again, and we can come to the team. What someone asking about that, how the teams are structured and how SAFe plays around it, right? So let me go to the, yeah. So whoever was asking, definitely we can, I mean, we are talking about a essential SAFe. Okay, that is the least SAFe implementation that we can do it in any project. And mostly it is recommended that at least 125 members, that comprises of 8 to 9 teams with 12 team members at max. Okay, but definitely we do not have a, no, none of the frameworks forces us. Okay, there is not, I mean, we definitely say that keep small. Some can have 50 members or either go, it's okay. But if we keep it small, it's healthy. If we keep it long, unwanted confusions. Just in one of the coaching programs I attended, they tried to explain us different personality types. It could also be a hindrance. Complexity creators, storytellers. I mean, just someone will be like a machine who would be just following the process. Click one, click two, click three. So unwanted questions. So the complexity rises. If it is a smaller team, it is healthy. We can be focused, we can be more collaborative. So that's the whole advantage of having these teams sliced down, okay? Shorter increments and good focus. So definitely you can practice whatever Scrum framework you want at a team level. The recommendation is your team can have 2 to 11 or 3 to 12 team members at max. But when these multiple teams, like some of the guys, the infrastructure, I mean, let's say we are talking about any project, a loan division or a wealth management division or investment banking division or your procurement division in your project or e-commerce division in your project, any kind of portfolio division in your project, they would be having separate teams who handles like a support level of work, uh, all of us are working remotely. So definitely there is an infrastructure team who is sitting on there to work on your login issues and all those things. And how they're working in a Kanban way. They prioritize it first in, first out. I mean, first in, first out. Definitely they might be giving some preference. If it is a senior leader or something, they might be have to take it as a, okay, it's a very critical business user running business for such a big revenue, etc. There'll be some metrics depending on the person who is raising the ticket in terms of login issue, and they will act it. So they might be following a Kanban framework. Let me where they are prioritizing their backlog every day. Some of the team is a development team, and what they are trying to do is that they are trying to follow Scrum. They are developing an interface or application or new feature. That's it. Creating a tax feature to Brazil or whatever it is. So we can have multiple Scrum frameworks implemented here by small teams. And when all these teams get together and they are working for a small solution, we call it one implementing a feature which is like a kind of small solution. We can call it as essential. And all these teams, they are together as a part of one agile release train. We call it as ART in SAFe. Okay. You might be hearing that, okay, the name of ART is loan ART. Okay, credit ART, or many agile release trains will be there. But the end focus is that this is a group of more than, 100 to 125 people, pretty much scattered across 8 to 10 teams. They are working on one solution level at the high level, and they are integrating their work in every increment. So this program increment, this typically spans up to, I would say, 12 weeks. Okay, 5 6 sprints are there of 2 weeks comprising. We don't call it as sprints, iterations we call it here. And it span across 12 weeks, and up to 10 weeks we have these 5 iterations where we focus on all our deliveries and all. And during the system demos, like might be having a system demo, and at the time different teams will come and they will integrate it together. Now, to plan this 12 weeks, 6 iterations, okay, 6 iterations, 12 weeks, 6 iteration. Okay, I mean, I hate this tool. I'm more comfortable with more mural, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, 12 weeks, and let's say we are talking about 6 iterations. Up to 5 iteration, we will try to keep it pretty much simple. Okay, to be focused on our this thing, integrations and all. The 6th iteration, we are focusing more on innovation and retrospective, the plan for your next program increment. Now, how we come the PI, sorry, how we come up with this program increment? It's very important. Objectives and this plan. What is the plan for our program increment? How different teams are integrating together? How they see the big picture? That is because we all meet in the PI planning. So this is one of the best things that if you have ever participated in any of the PI planning meeting, it's like a big ceremony where you can see like the energy across teams. You will be working with many teams, but you don't know a face. This is basically before COVID, everyone used to group together, and unless it's like a remote area, people cannot come and all, then it will be like a remote PI planning also along with a physical PI planning. But normally the whole intention was to group these people, 100 to 150 or 200 people in one big room, and they work individually in teams, understanding the big picture. They put all their energy in these 2 days and bring out the best in this 12 weeks of time. That is one PI, one program increment, and that's where we are actually giving some value to the customer. incremented delivery. So in a safe, more or less every program increment, we are definitely adding some value. But in the system demo, we definitely are facilitating the progress, what we are planning for each of the iterations. We learn from each iterations. Now, this PI planning also helps to identify the risk and dependencies across teams. Let's say you want to develop an interface, but who would develop the API? The API team is different. It puts the parameters and information and all those things. So it's having a dependency. So the team one says that your API interface, I need an API interface, and team two says that it will be developed by iteration three. So during iteration three, they developed some part of the project, and during iteration three only they can integrate it, basically. Okay. Now I think since we touched about, okay, so since we touched about PI planning, I think we can go about PI planning. But before I want to go and explain the PI planning, let's cover some of the theoretical aspects also, because it won't be easy for you to digest. So business agility, definitely how our organization is getting into the agile way of working, or how we are enabling business agility to all the functions. Okay, let's say for example, if we are talking about TCS line, then the HR, we are talking about HR functions, finance functions, everywhere are we enabling the agility or not? That's how we enable business agility in terms of your organization. Someone joins an organization, the CEO wants, like that was Rajesh Gopinathan sir's vision, that someone joins TCS, they should have their ID card within a day, not like it should go through so many approvals and all. TCS is definitely working all these internal functions, and we have definitely become agile. IS team has become fast and so many things. So that is the kind of state what we go, like we are ready for the future, enabling all these functions be more agile as much as possible. Okay. We are talking about all functions. When we talk about business agility, pretty much I explained you, like in terms of TCS, all the teams, they should have some agile functions. So if you're talking about an enterprise, their software applications, the people are into agile, the finance team, the development team, the operations, legal, marketing, all these skilled different teams, they're working in agile way of working, and they are delivering business solutions in a in terms of incremental delivery. Okay, business solutions, more lean. Now, what is safe? Okay, so the world's leading framework, it has its own integrated, well-defined principles, practices, lean, agile, and DevOps. So let me just pause myself for a moment. So the beauty of this framework is that, let's say a big organization like Shell or any energy company or PepsiCo. So these companies are working for more than, across geographies, more than 100 and 150 countries. They are pretty much huge. So such a big organization, to think of agile also, it's like, it gives goosebumps. So definitely they need a start point to refer some framework to model their organization, not copy it, but model it. So SAFe provides all the elements, structures, guidance if you want to have an enterprise transformation or a scaled agile transformation for your organization. It gives you a start. That's the beauty of this framework. Okay. If I will show you the scaledagileFramework.com, if you go there, you click on the picture, any component, you can see, okay, how they are explaining it. Just once again, let me show you something, the good part. Okay, so why a lot of consultants and practice leaders, they like about SAFe is, let me show you, because of its in-depth, explanation, guidance, the practices, how one should follow, all those elements and practices, the principles are being really captured. Let's say I want to understand what a system architect will do in my project or customer. So they have explained it, everything, each bit of it. What is release on demand? How can I make release on demand for my customer? How they explain continuous delivery, continuous exploration, continuous integration, deployment, etc. Okay. So you click on any part of this picture, okay? Any part. Let's say your CEO comes and they talk about lean budgets. So how can they decide on uh, which to budget? How can they budget it? They have a good one was horizon mapping mechanism. Yeah, this one. Classic example what PepsiCo uses. I was referring a case study and I found this. This is used by PepsiCo executives, the C-level executives. They want to see where to focus. they want to stop some of the projects which is deteriorated or not getting a good customer response. The horizon 3 is evaluating, they're assessing it. Decommission is just now I spoke to you, they want to discontinue some of the products. Okay. Horizon 1, they want to put the portfolio of the products which they want to continue investing, and they want to put something in research. So all these things, this is a good technique, horizon mapping technique by recommended by SAFE. Okay. So all these things are, you know, pretty much explained by SAFE. That's the beauty of it. We can, any good big organization can start learning and developing their agile model or transformation model for themselves. So let's say an example. SAFE has given you everything. You have a program backlog like the PI increment. Okay. One second. Just 1 second. Yeah. So in the program backlog, how the teams will write their feature, their benefit hypothesis, why, their acceptance criteria, user business value is like they want to calculate it. Then how much importance it is for the business user, how much value in terms of 1 to 5 they will rate it, like what it matters to them. Time criticality, cache of delay. Let's say if this particular feature, if it is delayed, how much it would be bad for the customer. What is the size? Typically, like sizing your stories, like how you do the story sizing, like you put 1 2 story points, 3 story points. The big one for a 2 week sprint, you might be taking eight story points or 13 story points at max. Same way you would do the story sizing here. Those who are beginners, I will cover some of the topics. So this is a concept: weighted shortest job first. So we'll calculate the weighted shortest job first also, which we can skim through fast. We'll go through those things. So pretty much it has given everything, the backlog, kits and everything. Okay. So that's where people like, I mean, the big organizations, they definitely like SAFE. Oh, sorry. When I was looking for this only, I was not getting it. Someone asked me like what kind of a story template and all. So every framework has given us some reference points to start. Not bad to refer. Always you can agree with your team. Okay. Like what they want to do, what they agree, etc. Vision statement, for whom we are developing this, who is our audience, and this particular feature is dash 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 dash, unlike what will be our solution, who are the business owners. So this is kind of, this is the agile simple. I told you that, let's say I'm making a loan application, or the customer is developing a new loan application or credit application or some new functions in their particular business function. So the agile release train is a group of 125 individuals split across 10 to 12 teams working on this particular one vision. So that's how we define our art. Similarly, if you look for a epic, you would be getting epic format, you would be getting a story format, etc. Okay, maybe I can show you the story what SAFE recommends, how you can put a story. See, as the vehicle owner, I want the vehicle to determine the speed limit and set the speed to that limit so that traffic laws are obeyed, delivering frequency. Enabler story is like, I might be needing an infrastructure to support it. I need a cloud platform, or I need this much of memory, or etc. So that the helping stories where we have enablers, to complete your feature or complete user story, you put it as an enabler story. Business feature. Okay. Now we keep it short. Okay. Navigate vehicle for delivery request. What is the benefit? How we are going to understand the benefit, the hypothesis behind it, the advantage. Okay. The advantage is that, okay, the vehicle can automatically detect a delivery route. Acceptance criteria. Someone asking what is acceptance criteria. So this is just a sample references. You have to sit with your team, understand, sit with your coach, and define your formats, what you will follow and how it will help. So that's the start. So this is just an example. Okay. So let's just go to the PI planning, but okay, fine. But before that, let's see the big picture. Okay, sorry, one second. Let me go to this particular SAFE framework. Okay. Any, okay. So SAFE also gives us a predictability measure, how you can measure your agility or end products or increments. Okay, you monitor it. So we can say that, okay, our increments are being 50% faster time to market. We introduce some interface that has reduced this particular, clicks. Every click saves a time. So many users, the user UX guys, they come up with so good interfaces where it may be taking just 3 seconds to buy a product or 15 seconds to buy a product. So that's a good turnaround. You have actually improved your turnaround time to buy something for an end user. So that kind of business result we want to bring it in terms of your time to market, quality or productivity or engagement. What are you trying to bring here? Lot of, I already gave you an example, like which companies or huge organizations are implementing SAFe or creating a reference of SAFe and implementing in their own way of working. AstraZeneca is there, United, this one, USAA is there, American Association. You have PepsiCo, Accenture, MetLife, HP, so Johnson Johnson. So you have all these big companies, they are following this SAFe framework. So it is something definitely they are seeing a big value for. Okay, so I know we have like, let me just try to cover it, what all we can do it today. I mean, don't hate me, but 7 core competencies, we already discussed about it. Enterprise solution delivery is something as multiple solutions we are developing at the level of an enterprise. Agile product delivery, like how our teams are incubated to perform or give an increment to the customer. How our team understands or works in a cross-functional, shorter team, more collaborative, like how agility, how we are enabling technical agility to our teams or agility to our teams. That is, we talk about the team agility. Lean portfolio management, like a group of executives at the top level, they are bringing the strategic themes, they are evaluating what should be our theme. Let's say for 2018, I think, when Chandra sir was the CEO, he put a theme. TCS theme for that particular year was digital. Digital is the theme. Now building on belief is the theme. So different strategic themes the leadership brings in, and people evaluate, and they decide where the organization or the people should move. So the lean portfolio management is like group of C executives who decides where to invest, which value stream they need to fund, what investment they need to stop, etc., etc. So these are high-level executives. Organizational agility, we are talking about whole organization. The same business agility, what we are talking, okay, how we are enabling business agility to the organization. That means are all our internal and external functions to the customer and internal functions to your own employees are being agile or not? How we are enabling agility there? That counts as organizational agility. Continuous learning culture, definitely there has been so I mean, when we talk about cloud, multiple, I mean, people are getting crazy. Are we talking about Azure? Are we talking about AWS? Now people are talking about metaverse. Now people are talking about people talked about DevOps and SRE for a while. Now people are talking about W3. So how constantly are we having a growth mindset than a fixed mindset? Fixed mindset is like we are aversion to change. We are stick to something, we are saturated. So continuous learning culture, how we develop a continuous learning culture that SAFe believes that you have to incorporate a continuous learning culture for your teams to a growth mindset. Lean agile leadership, like I already told you, like we have to be a thinker. We start thinking about lean processes. We constantly evaluate our cycle time, process time. We cut out the waste. So lean agile leadership is like leading by example, from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. How we lead the change vision, change leadership, training, making people aware. Someone wrote that lack of awareness, we are not agile. So those kind of things are pretty much an hurdle to our lean way of working. Okay, so house of lean is something very good. We definitely need to have a higher importance to respect for people and culture. If we are not keeping our employees healthy, if we are not keeping our internal teams healthy and motivated, there is no point of running any project or anything. Flow. Good flow is like end to end. We talk about a customer purchasing a product to the getting it delivered, how the flow is being established. I spoke about value streams. So that is, we are talking about the flow. Can we cut any waste, and is it having a smooth flow, and how productive it is? Can we automate some of the stuffs or not? So that's where this comes. Innovation is definitely giving, like SAFe itself giving us the sixth iteration every program increment, which is happening across 12 weeks. The 11th and 12th week, that is the sixth iteration. Just remember, we are keeping it for innovation, keeping it as an innovation sprint, plus some backlogs which we planned and was not able to complete in those 5 iterations. And also we spend 1 week as a retrospective. I mean, not 1 week, retrospective sessions will be there. And also we start the pre-planning for our next program increment. So innovation is a big focus here. SAFE itself is giving us some time and space to breathe so that we can think what we can really add some value. Relentless improvement, constantly you have to work upon, everything is wrapped around value. At the end, it doesn't mean that you spend 20 hours, 30 hours, 50 hours, but what was the outcome? Just don't waste your time just like that. If you see the efforts are going in the wrong direction, stop it. Start something else, start new, start fresh, change it, try with a different scenario. So that is what SAFE recommends. Now, this leading SAFE training, I would recommend that this should be a good start point for every agile practitioner along with Scrum. It gives an open avenue for us to think. Okay, I think we are pretty much close to the time. I want to take a pause, and please don't hate me, because this is one of the biggest frameworks and it's not easy. Okay, but maybe tomorrow we will more focus on this PI planning agenda. Let me see. Yeah, one second.
Yes, Zabin, this is Pratik. You just mentioned the term innovation sprint. Uh, what I know is that in Scrum, you can utilize every sprint for, for some of the business functionality or requirements, so that in fact, even if the architecture is not well defined, we can make sure that the number of product backlog items that are selected in the sprint planning meeting, they make sure so that the sprint goal and the product goal are not hampered. So what is this innovation sprint?
Yeah, innovation sprint is like,
I mean,
definitely
why I am asking this question, because in Scrum there is nothing called integration sprint or release sprint or sprint zero or something. These
No,
terms
no,
do not
no. We
exist
are
in
not.
Scrum.
Yeah, we are not exactly calling it as a innovation sprint, but Safe explains is at HIP. Okay, let me find it if they have mentioned here. Once again, okay, it's okay. We can search. Okay, once again. Wanted to show it, but when you look for something, yeah. So they've just wanted to give a space for the employees to foster their thinking, in a healthy way, not like yeah, innovation and planning iteration. This is the one. So basically what happens is that they want to give us some space for the associates or the teams to think openly and freely. So towards the end of the program increment, they get that space to think freely and come up with an improvement opportunity, which can definitely be an item. As we talk about sprints in our retrospectives, we identify some of the improvement points and we take it to our next sprint. Same way, whatever we are identifying, that particular story or feature, we are taking it to our next program increment. That particular feature, we are taking it to our next sprint. Okay? So what happens in the last iteration? Typically, there will be some buffer. Definitely, we planned for 6 iterations. I mean, we inspect and adapt. Based on the iteration one's output, we did some changes in the iteration two's input. So we are definitely taking some points, like review points, retrospective points from our iterations, and we go on. So when we are in the last iteration, 6th iteration, there is a buffer time for our leftover work. Some dependency teams did not complete their story, so we are integrating it and etc. The innovation and etc. So now here they keep this is the 1 week. Last 6th iteration, we are talking about first week. We are only keeping it for the readiness, innovation, and all. Now we are the 12th week. We are again starting for our next program increment preparation. Okay. So here they just want to keep it this week as like any of this thing. Maybe the team could catch up with the remaining leftover work. They can do the final verification of the integration and documentation and etc. Or this complete week is just to keep it healthy for the team to come up with something, brainstorming, they group together, they think of something to improve it, some customer centric value addition. Okay. I think let's keep let's go to the Mentimeter also once again, but before that, we can take 5 minutes for Q&A or maybe 2 minutes. And I would really like to hear your feedback. I was trying to make it more interesting, but frankly, time is a challenge for everyone. But still, let me see if tomorrow I can do something. Okay. Uh, like we can have some, like the participants are huge, 200. So if we do a breakouts also, I need to divide into 10 or something with Alondra or Beatrice if we can do something like a real PI planning so that the team can do some exercise, okay, on the go. So, and also I would like definitely open feedback, like how many of you guys hate me for the theory and philosophies.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I think we pretty much okay
Hey,
by the
Jatin,
time. Yeah, sure.
I just had one quick question. This is Vijay here. So, so doing this training, will we be eligible to give the Safe Agilist certification? I know there is kind of a prerequisite of having a couple of hours of training to be completed, right, before we can take that exam externally. So, will this training help us to do that?
Okay. That is actually I need to check with our Latam Agile coach, okay, because he's having the there is something known as Safe Program Certified Trainer Coach, SPCT coach. Okay, I'm an SPC, I'm a Safe Program Consultant, but my license is expired. So you need to have someone who can accept you that you have taken the training from them. Okay, then only you will be eligible. So, but don't worry, we can. I mean, I can talk and get back to you on this one. But leading safe is not easy because more than the framework, any exam is more of a theoretical aspect, like how I mean, it's open book exam. Okay, you can open as many computers and be revolve around the theory and all. It's open book test. Okay, but the important part, what I'm trying to tell you is that it's all the questions are very googly. I don't know, like in India, we normally term this coin a lot. Googly is like A, B both look same for me. Like I'm confused there. A is also right for me and B is also right for me. So that is like they are evaluating your theoretical understanding of the concepts in the safe framework. Okay, I can cover some of the topics, but give yourself at least 3 weeks of time before you approach the exam. And regarding the acceptance that you can directly go and or not, that I have to check. And TCS is a gold partner for safe, so if you do it through TCS, your project will also save a lot of money. If you go outside and do it, it will cost you like, I don't know, 1000 USD or something. But if you're taking it through TCS, it will cost like 200 or maybe less than 500. Okay.
So,
Zabin,
I will drop you an email, Jabin, if you can help me with the details, right? And who can accept this? It will help us because I have a deadline and I need to take the certification by end of this coming month.
Oh, Wings 2 or Wings 3. Got it.
MLT.
Hi,
Okay,
this is
okay.
Antariksha. I have the same question as her. Actually, I have to
I
complete
also
the
have the same
certificate.
question.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Yeah, one more
Why is it
thing. Is there
mentioned
any
Wings
timeline
2
of
and
1 month?
Wings
I heard somewhere, I might not be correct. Is there any timeline that after completing the Safe Agilist training, you have only a month to complete the Safe Agilist exam? You just mentioned that you have to
That's true.
prepare
That's
yourself for
true.
3 weeks,
That's
or else you have to pay
yes, yes.
a penalty of 50 USD. Is it still
Correct.
applicable
That's
now?
yeah. It's like within like once someone accepts in a 2-day training program. Okay, basically the SPCT. Okay,
No,
so
I'm calling about
SPCT
Safe
is a coach.
Agilist. Most of us,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess,
So no,
I
no.
guess,
So yeah, so the idea is that any third party company can accept you where you enroll yourself, or a let's say if you're talking about TCS, so we do have enterprise agile coaches who are SPCT, Safe Program Consultant Trainer. Okay, those people have the authority and they can accept you as their trainees, and you have to take a 2-day training with them. And the once they accept it, maybe you can take the classes again. You get a login to the safe community, read through and all. You get 2 attempts, I think, if I'm not wrong, and you have to complete within a month.
Jabin, for that, we have to look out into IVOL for those courses, or like, are you going to recommend us for the training? Because I was searching for
Yeah.
those training leading safe, and I landed on this training before. So I want, since I want to go for the certification, as she was saying that we have to go for the
Sure.
training?
I would have accepted, but my license is expired since 2021. Okay, so every year we need to renew it for 1,000 USD. Okay.
Okay.
So let
Okay.
me check with our enterprise agile coach of Latin America, and we'll try to help you out. So you can just contact Beatrice and Alondra, and we can
Okay.
consolidate the people who are actually going to take the. Okay, let's be realistic. Okay, please don't set false expectations. Those who are really serious and want to take the certification, we can consolidate it and we can take it to our enterprise agile coach and see what we can do here. Okay.
Thanks, Jabin. We'll reach out to
Any
Beatrice.
contacts in India for Agile coach?
Sorry.
So do we have any contacts? I mean, you have any
Yeah, we
contacts
do
in
have
India?
so many. We have a ninja community itself. Okay, so it all like you have to just check with your account who is your enterprise agile coach and you have to reach out to them. Okay, because if you're doing it through TCS, then that's the best way to do, because in the market you have to spend a lot of money, you know.
So is
So
there any
yeah.
workflow somewhere listed to how to do this course through TCS, like in Nomi or somewhere, or any link that you
No,
can
that
share
the
with
coach,
us?
no, that every quarter I think the coaches send some information. So maybe the thing is that I am not very well connected to the Indian enterprise agile coaches, but I know some of the coaches. Let me drill this information, and maybe tomorrow I can give you some response to this. Okay. Because what I know is that TCS conducts this training every quarter, but the information comes by different units and different enterprise coaches. Okay, so then the mail gets floated and people register and they attend the training, they get the certification completed. But let me try to find what we can do for the people who want to complete the MLT. Okay.
Yeah, Javin, it will be really great because even in IWall, this particular course has been tagged with the certification. So the what it was mentioned like course, by completing the course, we can go for the certification. It was mentioned like that. But yeah, as I said, you can check and can let us know because it is pretty mandate for Wins 2, Wins 3 as well.
Okay, definitely. No, definitely. It is goes to the certification because we are talking about SAFe and you need to know all these elements before you attend the exam, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing why you are asking is like, so if we want to have register for some other program from TCS to take that exam so that we can opt for it, right? I believe the seats will be minimum for this
Okay.
kind of training.
Okay. Sure. Okay, I think we are almost over by 6 minutes, but maybe we can ask once again. Let me stop sharing. We can ask Alondra. You want to say something to the
Yes.
participants? Yeah.
Yes. For those who has these questions about certification, if you want tomorrow at the end of the session, we will have these questions and answers about it. And with Beatriz, right now she's a little bit busy, but of course we're gonna answer all those questions about it, and we will have this session, the second part. So be patient for tomorrow. And Jabin, I just want to thank you for this session and for being here with all of us. So I appreciate your participation as always.
Sure, Alondra. Thank you so much. So thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Okay, let's connect tomorrow. Goodbye.
Great day, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day, Jabin. See you tomorrow.
Thank you all.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.